Welcome to this explainer. It's a scene that plays out in living rooms literally everywhere. It's the beginning of an exhausting yet deeply relatable story that so many of us share on this parenting journey. My child knows the rules, but still breaks them. Well, today we're going to uncover the absolutely empowering secret behind this. It's not defiance, it's development.
So why do they perfectly understand the rules but then keep breaking them just minutes later? If you're a parent, this universal, exhausting question has absolutely kept you awake at night. You explain the rule, they repeat it back to you perfectly, and then, boom, broken again. Let's look behind the scenes of this super frustrating dynamic.
Picture this. It's 11 p.m. You are completely drained, replaying the day's struggles over homework, putting shoes away, sibling arguments. I just want to validate that heavy feeling of absolute defeat. You've asked them to put their shoes away. They logically know the rule, yet the shoes are sitting right there in the hallway again. You're exhausted, and it's so easy to just think they are doing this on purpose to push your buttons.
Section 1. The Epiphany. Moving from defiance to development.
When those shoes are in the hall, we often default to assuming willful defiance, right? That our child is choosing to be difficult or ignoring expectations on purpose. But the counterintuitive truth here is that it's usually a developmental lag. This means a child is actually struggling with the neurological how and when of applying those known rules. Honestly, understanding this lifts a massive burden of guilt off both of you. They aren't plotting against you. They are genuinely struggling with execution.
The core issue is usually hidden right out of view. What looks like intentional disobedience is often a lag in executive function skills or an unmet sensory processing challenge. You see, knowing a rule intellectually is vastly different from actually having the physical and mental capacity to execute it under stress. It's a huge distinction.
Section 2. The Executive Function Gap. Understanding the brain's air traffic controllers.
So what are executive functions? I absolutely love this visual. Think of them as a set of cognitive skills acting exactly like the brain's air traffic controllers. They help us plan, organize, prioritize, shift between tasks, control impulses, and manage our emotions. Now, imagine a super busy airport. If that controller is young and still in training, well, planes, or in this case, behaviors, might occasionally collide, no matter how well everyone knows the flight paths.
So what happens when there's a lag in that control tower? There are 4 key areas we need to watch out for. First up is inhibitory control, which is struggling to stop an impulse, like hitting. The brakes just didn't engage fast enough. Second is working memory, forgetting a rule because they got distracted by a toy. Third, cognitive flexibility, which means getting stuck in a specific way of thinking. And finally, planning and organization, the sheer difficulty of breaking down multi-step tasks. Listen, they aren't choosing to mess up. Their internal controllers simply aren't fast enough yet.
And beyond executive function, we also have to talk about sensory processing. When a child is overwhelmed by stimuli, maybe it's a loud room, bright lights, or even just an uncomfortable shirt tag, their brain literally enters survival mode. And in that mode, following the rules becomes totally secondary to their unmet physical needs. What looks like rule breaking is very often just a bright mind trying desperately to self-regulate.
Section 3. Bridging the gap together. Actionable strategies for supportive parenting.
This quote from a real parent perfectly captures the relief of this mindset shift. I used to feel so defeated, but understanding that this is an executive function lag rather than defiance has been a total game changer. Realizing your child's brain might not be physically ready to process a rule completely changes the dynamic. It shifts you from being an adversary to a supportive partner. So, how do we support them? Here are a few strategies for success you can use today. First, externalize rules. Don't just rely on spoken words. Try using visual schedules, checklists, and stories. Second, practice and pre-correct. Role play before entering tricky situations when everyone is calm. Third, be a detective. Ask what happened instead of why did you do that to find hidden triggers. And lastly, co-regulate. Help them calm down before discussing the broken rule. Proactive visual cues beat reactive punishments every single time.
Section 4. Tools for Bright Minds. Empowering every bright mind with Bright Kids AI.
A core part of the Bright Kids AI toolkit is My Stars. It's this amazing visual, emotional check-in. We have Sleepy Star and Violet for low energy, tired, or disconnected. Bright Star in teal means they are calm, focused, and ready to learn. Zoom Star in amber means they're excited, buzzing, and high energy. And Big Boom in orange means they're overwhelmed, dysregulated, and flooded.
This is so incredibly powerful because it replaces the need for words when a child is overwhelmed. The key here? All 4 states are completely okay. You aren't fixing it, you're just validating it.
Let's actually walk through what a typical evening looks like using the Bright Kids AI Toolkit. Step 1. Use MyStars for a visual emotional check-in without words. If they're in a big boom state, their brain just can't process a rule right then. Step 2. Use personalized songs as transition anchors for your routines. Step 3. At night, consult Jenny for short, supportive parenting advice. And Step 4. Review the weekly brief to spot behavioral patterns over time, like maybe noticing impulse control dips on Thursdays. It's like having a guide right there with you.
Empowering your child with Bright Kids AI also means utilizing personalized stories where they are the hero, helping them process emotions safely. It's driven by their unique child profile. So instead of seeing themselves as a character overcoming a deficit, they see themselves as a brave hero. And honestly, when they request that handcrafted story over and over again, that is just a beautiful, safe form of emotional processing.
Section 5. A Brighter Tomorrow. Fostering Lifelong Independence.
I want to leave you with this powerful thought. By understanding development, we shift from frustration to empathy. Instead of seeing a child who won't, we see a child who can't yet. By making that shift, you're doing so much more than managing behavior. You're beautifully bridging the gap and empowering your bright child's mind. So if defiance is really just a delay in development, what hidden skills is your child desperately waiting for you to help them unlock?